यतीश बाब दोन मुद्दे. पहिले, why restricting this definition of agriculture to only paddy fields? Second, agriculturista भितरय तुम्ही गोंयकाराक कित्याक प्रोटेक्ट केलें ना डेफिनेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट. हय. आणि तिसरो गजाल जो आसा जो मनोज बाबान काडलो की तुम्ही कायदो केला आनी त्या कायद्या भितर तुमीच डायल्युशन्स घाल्यात, तुमीच एक्सेप्शन्स घाल्यात, जाका लागून त्या कायद्याचो पर्पजच डिफीट जाता.
दॅट्स नॉट रायट. आय टेल यू. पहिली म्हणजे एग्रीकल्चराचे डेफिनेशन रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना, पण ह्या कायद्यान एग्रीकल्चर इज मिनींग इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ दिस एक्ट टू मीन ओनली टू पॅडी.
Why only to paddy?
It is in
the
the
question.
No, 1 second. Let me answer. In the context of this, see, first of all, do we all want that paddy land should be protected? Do we all want that the land which is under paddy cultivation, the use should be kept consistent for posterity to only be cultivated for paddy cultivation? If we are in the affirmative that paddy land should be protected, then I don't think anybody should oppose this bill, because this act now, because this act covers only paddy cultivation. So therefore, it is not that something is excluded or the intention of the legislature, the object of this act covers and extends to paddy. So you cannot want to say something which is not in the objective and the scheme of this act to criticize it. This is meant to deal with paddy, and it is giving a scheme.
Why the definition of agriculture is to?
Let me come to it.
Anybody.
Let me come to it.
Yeah.
No, please understand. You see section 3 of this act. It says, see how it opens up. The opening part of the section is important. It is restricting transfer of agricultural land. Now, agricultural in the context of the definition of this act, that is paddy, because it deals only with paddy land. No person who owns or occupies or is in possession of agricultural land shall transfer such land by way of sale, so and so gift, exchange, lease, or by any other mode of transfer in favor of a person other than an agriculturist, provided that the collector may on an application prescribed from grant permission to transfer land to such a person other than an agriculturist in any of the following circumstances, namely. Now you see see how it opens up, that no transfer should be done. It opens up in no, and then it says when it can be transferred, and transfer to whom? Transfer again to a person who is going to do agriculture. So the usage of the land has to be continuous. There has to be continuity in the use of the land. And what is the use of the land? Cultivation of paddy. Now therefore, when you read this act, you should know three things. Number one, the intention of the legislature here is to protect certain agricultural lands, that is paddy, which this act deals with. Number one. Number two, the use of the land has to be continued in the way it is used today, that is only for cultivation of paddy. And number three, there is an embargo by virtue of this act that the land which is under paddy cultivation cannot be used for any other purpose but to cultivate paddy. Now therefore, you have to see this.
No,
listen to me. You have to see in view of section 5 of this act. Now, what is section 5? If you contravene the provisions of section 3 is pertaining to this provision which I just read out to you. Section 5 ki manta ki suppose you do in contravention provision section 3, then number 1, you can be punished with a fine which may extend to the value of the land which is so determined by the government as per the rate fixed, and number 2, forfeiture of the land. So this is completely in serving as a deterrence to anybody who wants to put a paddy land for use other than for cultivation of paddy.
Okay.